everyone, Lisa here from Flosstube Stitching. I hope everyone had a great week. It is the holiday long weekend, so I thought I would record today. That way I could get caught up on everything I wanted to get done before filming. So here we are. My son had a baseball game. Last we spoke, we had one on the Sunday night, which they won, and then on Thursday. Both of those days we had to call up some 9U team members, and Sunday we had just a whole variety of kids from all different U9 teams. So that was interesting. My husband helped in the dugout, and he fielded a lot of questions from the smaller kids, because on their league they don't have pitchers, they have a pitching machine. So that's the difference. So they had a lot of questions about batting and how many balls they get and things like that. And yeah, but we ended up winning the Sunday night game. And then Thursday we also had to call up a couple team members from 9U. They are actually having their playoffs last week, so there weren't as many available, and yeah, so we ended up being short. So my son had to play all of the outfield for a couple innings, but then he also did get to be a pitcher too, so he was happy about that. They ended up losing that game, but that's okay. It was just, it's all just for fun, right? Yeah, so that's how baseball's going. We have one more game before playoffs start, so that's tomorrow. That is our last game. So yeah, it's been an interesting summer, lots of fun. I think he will want to do it again next year. So yeah. What else? This evening, or today I should say, we will be, my son and I are going to go swimming in the afternoon, and then I think we're going to go to a majors game. So that's what our plans are for this holiday Monday. But yeah, let's get into the stitching now that you're all caught up. Yeah, so as I said, this is my second time through, so I'm going to start with what's out in front of me because I had that organized somewhat. Merry Sloth Mess. So we're finishing up Jolly July here. And I worked on his face, his head. Arlo, you were delaying being good for a moment. Arlo is the main reason. My way to restart. Because he's being a devil cat. And so I don't think I can fit everything in here. Okay, well, everything's gonna go in there. Can't see him, but he's like literally sprawled out on his back right now. Like he's never been on a bed. Like he's discovering it for the first time. Okay, and then I put some more stitches in on my Christmas in July mandala from Thread the Needle Design because I wasn't up to 200 stitches, and now the whole thing is done, but here I am. You can see a lot of light through it. It's just teeny weeny. I don't know when I'll get back to that, but it is started. It's going into this Christmas bag full of goodness. And then this one I also can't show you a picture, but it's the 2025 Flosstubers ornament from For Boys and an NL Girl. So that's my start there. It's on the green, I think it's 16 count. I think it's the same fabric that I'm doing Spring Quakers. It was just Spring Quakers. It was just the offcut. Also ordered the supplies for Summer Quakers and ordered 16 count because that's what I have recorded that this fabric is. And that's what I was pretty sure that Winter Quakers is on. But then I did, but in my notions, this is 18 count for Winter Quakers. And when I'm trying to do a count on that, it says 18 count. It says 18 count. So now I'm not sure what count they're on. I'm baffled. But in my head, I was pretty sure I was doing 16 count. So I don't know. So Summer Quakers just might be bigger. Oh. I'm talking like I'm going to get, neither of them that I've already started are in any state to get finished anytime soon. And obviously I don't even have the stuff for Summer Quakers, so it hasn't even started. So at this point it doesn't really matter. But you know, I like to be consistent in things. Okay. Apparently Arlo just didn't want to share the bed with any of my projects. My Christmas list by Silver Creek Samplers. So that came out. And don't get too excited about a lot of progress on any of these, because there's not. I put in these white mistletoe berries and put in candles. So that's how that's looking. Movie Nights at Christmas. Just this piece and all the chicken scratch is how I want to move the movies around. Also, just name the movies so I knew what they were. So we didn't have to think. Get that back in there. I do have this in Pattern Keeper because this tree is a terrible beast to try to stitch. What did I do on this? I just worked on the tree. Well, that was silly. I tried to pick this up and it's open. And I picked it up with the open and down. There we go. Okay. So I tried to fill in any of the green from the top and then just wherever else it needed to go. But yeah, that tree's crazy. There's a lot of greens in that. If you look at just all the greens at the bottom there. That's the bag. Snow Village. I believe it's this one that I'm working on, that house. Okay, needles in the bottom. I was panicked there because I didn't know where the needle was. How the whole thing is looking. And that's how the houses I've been working on. Time I added the white outline. You can see that little oop right there. That's Arlo's foot because, you know, we need to clean ourselves right now. Seems like an appropriate time. I don't think he's come up and bothered me in a while since I've been, oh, his head popped up, in a while. This one. Nope, not that one. This one. Doesn't really matter. You're going to see them all eventually. So this is Celebration Sampler. By Frosted Pumpkin. This opalescence is something, that's for sure. So you can't tell, but it is opalescent. Here. And I worked on over here, a little bit more of the lace border. I got that little deer in. Can you see him in the border? Was that all the stitches? And then I had to do some frogging. So I did the frogging, finished my thread, and said that's enough of that. Okay, the Barbara Anna cell came back out again. I don't think I have a full, oops, losing thread. Sorry, trying to move my chair closer and that failed. Okay. Here is my Barbara Anna cell, working on this block, which I think you saw not too long ago. So I added in the sleigh and the reindeer and just finished my thread in the windows there. So that's the whole piece so far. And that's what I've added. Another Barbara Anna is Dancer, and it's from this Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. Can I show you the photo easily? Sure. That one. This is looking, and I just filled in his ear. Looking pretty good. Okay, and the last, another new start. 2 new starts. But this is the last of the whips for my Jolly July. And so it's the May ornament from Linen and Threads 2020 Sal. So this is the last of those ornaments that I started. You know, earlier this month I had finished one. And this thread that I'm using is 4518. This DMC variegation. Arlo, what are you doing, honey? Your claw stuck? You know? There you go. He's fine. Okay, and then I finally started my... Looking at the pattern in this book, you think that you have it upside down, but you don't. I started my Stitch for Canada swaps. So I'm doing this piece, which is Lakeside Twilight by Max Pigeon. So it's from Max Pigeon Cross Stitch in the Forest book. Arlo. And so there's a lot of negative space in this pattern. This is so wrinkled. Okay, there we go. So that's my start so far. So wrinkled. That was just from my hand crunching it up to stitch on it. I'm sure everything will be just fine. It'll come right up when I'm done. Yeah, so that was all of Jolly July. So July is now behind us. I touched all the whips from my Jolly July. It was a struggle at some points. I might have used my weekend, mainly my Saturday, to finish it up. But everything was touched and Jolly July is complete. Yeah. So I think next year for Mania and Jolly July, I just need to do some better planning, as in if I pull the whips and put all the whips for the month into one spot, that probably will help me pull them out, because I'm not gonna lie, there were some nights that I couldn't be bothered to find wherever the whip was. They are all in the same cabinet, it's just, and I do have the majority of them labeled, but I have 2 shelves and 2 drawers, plus like another little cubby situation in this cabinet. And so they could be anywhere within the cabinet. So if I just pulled everything and put them all in one spot, then that might make my life a little easier for those 2 months when I'm stitching on something different every month. So something to think about for the future. One more new start. I would like everyone to remember that I did finish 4 things last month. So that's pretty good. Fast Frisian Sal by Modern Folk Embroidery. So that started August 1st. I didn't get it started till yesterday. If you saw my Instagram post, I spilled tea on this fabric in the morning. So I didn't start it until the afternoon when it dried. But everything is a-okay now. So that is my start. So now I'm actually, well, I'm not ahead anymore because now this is day 3. But day 2 had left off this little wheel, but I added that on. So the spinning wheel was complete. And yeah, that is how that's looking. Let me just pull that down a little bit better. so you can see the true colors. But the tea I spilled here, I spilled on the other side. It's all good. Yeah, so that is up to date until today. So perhaps I should try to continue to stay up to date. Doesn't look like there's too much involved in today's stitching, so I should be able to do that. Maybe I should do that right now that we are done. This is the color pack for the fast freezing cell. I think I might like it a little bit better than the Quick Quaker. Quick Quaker is not done yet. So I put everything in its bag here. They're roomies. And yeah, so far what I like about the fast freezing cell is that I like the really little motifs. So that's really fun to do. Okay. I think that is everything. Plans for August. I don't know. Yeah. I think what I will focus on, well, I need to focus on my Smalls Exchange piece. I need to focus on, if I could keep up with the fast freezing style, that'd be fun. I need to work on my Flosstube Friends piece. And Blueberry J, I've been neglecting as I've been trying to catch up on my Jolly July stuff. So those are 4 focus pieces. And then of course I have things for Whipco that are behind. Yeah, there's always things to catch up on, that's for sure. So that does it, I think, for today. I hope everyone has a great week, and we'll see you next week. Bye.